9. That's the spirit of Esau. That's what Esau and Ishmael did. They mocked the chosen seed. I said, have anybody in your family ever mocked you for living as an Israelite? That's the spirit of Esau. That's exactly, they may not be Muslims, but they're operating through the spirit of Esau. Yes. They're marking the firstborn. And who is the firstborn? Israel. That is the spirit of Esau. You don't have to be a Muslim to walk in the spirit of Esau. It's a fornicating and profane spirit. You hear what I'm telling you today?
Yes.
No wonder the devil tried to mess with my radio station. I want my daddy's radio station. I said, I want my daddy's radio station.
All right now.
Don't mess with my daddy's radio station. Putting all kind of stupid warnings on there. 1 Timothy. By the way, we're getting a lot of requests to be invited for the Moadim. So we're going to be really packed. So in other words, lose weight now because we have a lot of people coming for the Moadim.
I see. That's when you gain.
This is a good time to get on Nutrisystems. Get back in the game. This is a good time to get back in the game.
Put it down.
Because we have about 20 visitors coming for the Moadim. 1 Timothy 2:9. In like manner, the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with decency and sensitive chokhmah, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly outfits. Now this is controversial. Let's read it again. Israelite women who follow Sarah and the Israelite faith must have a certain type of outward clothing, modest, with decency and sensitive wisdom, not with braided hair. Uh-oh. What does that do for all my Caribbean friends who like to braid their hair? Does that mean we shouldn't braid our hair? No, it doesn't mean that. Or gold. Does that mean we shouldn't wear wedding rings? No. Or pearls. Does that mean we shouldn't wear pearls? Israelite women shouldn't wear pearls? No. Costly outfits. Does that mean we have to get all our clothes at Walmart?
No.
Or at Goodwill?
No,
it doesn't mean that. Not at all. What it means is that an Israelite woman does not focus on the outward, but on the inward. It doesn't mean she can't put on eyeshadow. It doesn't mean she can't wear lipstick. It doesn't mean she can't wear high heels if that's what her husband wants her to wear when they go to bed. What it means is they don't focus on these things. They focus on being like Sarah and respecting their husbands and raising their children and casting out mocking spirits. Their attention is to the inward eternal matters, not to the outward perishing matters.
Amen. Amen.
You follow what I'm saying?
I follow what you
It doesn't
say.
mean they have to look like Little Orphan Annie.
Right.
It doesn't mean that if you braid your hair, if you go to the beach in Ocho Rios and some girl comes over to you and wants to braid your hair for $20, that doesn't mean you say no. You let her braid your hair in Ocho Rios, especially this one, for $20. No problem, man. No problem, man. Come on, man. No problem. It doesn't mean if you braid your hair, you're going to the hell. Can we talk? I had one preacher when I preached in New York, when I was a nice evangelist, Marshall. Okay. Oh, we found out his real name is Marshall. No, you bozo. My real name is Moshe. My Jewish boss changed it to Marshall because he thought being too Jewish was bad for business. Then when I got saved as a rabbi, I went back to Moshe. But if you discover that I have another name, Marshall, you must be a genius. But my birth certificate says Moshe. And if I'm in a good mood, I may just decide to show it to everyone in this room. Because most Jewish rabbis have to go looking for a Jewish name. I had to go looking for a Gentile name. Oh, wow. Hey! That devil's a liar. So this doesn't mean a woman cannot get nice for her husband and look good with gold in a ring. I had to get back. So I went to the Indian Pentecostal church, and all the men on one side and all the women were sitting on the other side, and everybody was going strotram, strotram, strotram. I learned an Indian word which means holy. Strotram, strotram, strotram. So and Pastor Casey John came over to me. He said, "Brother, can I have a few words with you?" I says, "Yes, brother." "Did you just get off of work?" Yes. We closed the Dunkin' Donuts shop at about 8 o'clock. How's that for a stereotype?
Oh, wow.
Bad, Rabbi. Don't stereotype. Anyway, so he said, brother, can we talk? I said, yes, of course we can talk. Would you please remove the ring?
I'm Adventist, same way.
Please remove the ring. Because my people don't understand. The scripture says in 1 Timothy 9 that we should not wear gold.
Yes.
Okay?
When we got married, we didn't get
So,
married.
in order to preach in this church,
Yes.
I was asked to take off my wedding band. Did I do it? Yes, absolutely. Why? Because I have to respect the pulpit.
Yes.
That's not my pulpit.
Exactly.
This is my pulpit. If I'm borrowing somebody else's pulpit, I have to respect the pulpit.
Yes.
Even though they were misunderstanding that scripture. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Our nation is one, listen, who sees what prophets saw. The Israel of Yahweh is being renewed, returning in ransom from the nations. We are being, listen, we are being fathered by Abraham, and we are being mothered. Robinson Rivka, if you would, please. Cecile, give this to Robinson Rivka for a battery change. Thank you. 1 second. Yeah. She knows what to do. Thank you. We are being ransomed from the nations, fathered by Abraham, mothered by Sarah. Quickly, Isaiah 51:11. Let's go quick and I'll bring it to a close. Yeshayahu 51:11. Governor, I don't know, ever since you got here, I've been preaching longer. Now, I don't know if there's a connection
We need to bring
between
some
your
more.
arrival and me going overtime, but I'm not complaining. 51:11. Yeshayahu 51:11. Therefore the redeemed of Yahweh shall return. Return where? You can't return somewhere you were never there before. Your parents were Israel.
Amen.
Are you with me?
Oh, yes.
YP, are you with me? Franklin, come on now. YP, are you with me? Now look. Therefore, listen. Therefore the redeemed of Yahweh shall return. Where? And come with singing to where? Zion. You can't return somewhere our parents never were. We are returning where? To Zion. Thank you, honey. Where are we returning? We are returning to where? To Zion. And we're not returning as mourners. We are coming with what? Singing. An everlasting simcha on our heads.
Amen.
We will obtain simcha and joy and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Notice. Are you redeemed? Well, I resent that, Rabbi. I'm in the Baptist church and I know that I'm redeemed. Sit down, honey, and let me preach to you.
Very right now.
Now, if you're redeemed, the word of Yahweh says you shall return to Zion. Are you returning to Zion? Yes, Rabbi. We sing Amazing Grace. No. Do you wear head coverings? Do you dress like Sarah dressed? Are you learning Hebrew like they knew Hebrew? Are you keeping Shabbat are you guarding his chukim and his mishpatim in the spirit of Torah? The love of Torah, not the letter of the Torah. Because if you are redeemed, you will return to Yahweh. If the redeemed of Yahweh, if you're part of the redeemed of Yahweh, you will return. Where? With singing and simcha and everlasting joy on your head to Zion. And in Zion, simcha, joy, sorrow, mourning shall flee away. What happens if I'm returning to a place that is not Zion? Problem. No simcha, no joy, and sorrow, mourning will not flee away.
That's for sure.
Because the kingdom is Zion, is it not? Israel ruling the nations from Zion, is it not?
Amen.
So if we're going to be redeemed, the redeemed of Yahweh will return to Zion, not Mecca, not Medina, not Rome, not the